Well, how y'all doing? Today's a good old hump day. Well, I've been take it. Whoo, whoo. Good old yawn. I got my containers in. These ones I was telling you about. Little pint-sized containers. Now I done filled one of these up because I got 3 pepper plants across my front side of the deck here. And I cut up all the good ripe red peppers. And now, container number 2. Let me get this over here where I can get to it easier. Move one. See, this is one of my pepper plants. Now there's a couple of little green ones like up here on top, and some orangey ones are going to turn here soon. I got them all trimmed up and put into a container. Now what I'm working on is my extremely hot peppers, which I should be wearing gloves, but I'm not, because it's no big deal. No, I'm not going to clean this out like I normally would, especially not on video, because that would take me at least 30 or 40 minutes to go through this thing and trim off all the peppers. Now these peppers, they're itty bitty. That's about average size of one. But I'm gonna tell you right now, don't let size fool you. These little things here are extremely hot. Now I like using these when I make dill pickles sometimes, because I'll add, like, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 of these into a quart-sized jar of pickles, maybe a little bigger, and I'll add like a couple of my green Tabasco peppers or maybe some red Tabasco peppers in it with it, and they make some really good spicy pickles. These also, when you add this into salsa, makes a really good strong salsa. Gives it some bite. Now I'm going to fill up this container here with as many of these little small red ones, and I'll show you here in a second how many small red ones I'm talking about. Get my scissors out of my hands. Ugh. See all them? Tons and tons of reddies. I'm going to trim up this as much as possible, and so that way, well, I mean, there's like itty bitty green ones coming on as well, and it works like everything else, especially with like blackberries. You pick up all the good ripe ones, and then what's left will blossom even more, because therefore it's not the red ones aren't taken away from the small green ones, and they'll just get even bigger and fatter, and, you know, ripen faster and everything else. And then after I got done to this one, I got my serrano peppers down there in my dew, and my Tabasco plant over there has a lot of green and yellows. I'm gonna trim off probably half of the Tabasco peppers and leave the other half, so that way I can take the green ones that's up to market this coming weekend, and I can leave the others on there, and plus it'll produce a little more on top of it, so, you know, everything will be fine. Now I got a bunch of cherry tomatoes down there, and I'm gonna have to go through them and pick a lot of them and put them in the containers as well. So when I go to market this weekend, I'm going to have some blackberries, I'm going to have some peppers, I'm going to have some tomatoes, but I'm not like your average person goes to the farmer's market. I don't sit there and be like, I want $8 for a... No. I kind of go through and calculate, and I see what other people is pricing their stuff at, and I sell mine a lot lower. Because if I sell mine about the same quantity, that type of things, a lot lower price, I'm going to sell my stuff faster than waiting on somebody else at the same price or close to the same price for a smaller commodity form. And my peppers, what I'm going to do with them I'm going to take a couple of my containers, because I got like 44 of them now. I'm going to take a bunch of my containers and I'm going to make like a mix of like all the hot peppers kind of mixed together. And then I'm going to keep some, just the peppers, you know, like you say, like if you want just Serrano pepper, you get Serrano peppers. If you want, say, these mix between Serranos and jalapeno peppers, you know, you can get a straight run of them. But most people that buy hot peppers, they want, you know, they want heat. So I figure if I mix a bunch of hot peppers, therefore you would definitely get your heat. So, and that's what I'm going to be doing. And then I go over in my garden and I'm going to see if I have any other good, delicious hot peppers out there. Because I'm growing the habaneros, ghost peppers, and dragon cayennes with cayenne peppers. So I don't think none of them are ready yet, but I'm here in a little bit I'll go out there and check and see. And these bibs, man, I swear, that's why half the time I come out here just in my shirts and boxers and do it this way. But the problem of it is, since we had so much rain now, there's a lot of freestanding water. And now it's like a mosquito basin out here. And if I come out here just in t-shirt and shorts or boxers or whatever, I get eaten up like a smorgasbord. So therefore, that's why I wear bibs. Even out here on my porch. Now, yes, I do got some neighbors. Yes, they can see me out here when I'm, yes, some people would say half naked. But the thing of it is, you would really have to do some rubbernecking to see me out here half naked. So I ain't too worried about it. Looks like somebody had an accident up there. Yeah, looks that way. Go figure. People around here can't drive for crap. Something's going on up there. Oh well. Ain't none of my business. None of my concern. That's why a lot of people should be like that. I mean, yeah, I guess I could go up there and see what's going on, be nosy, and see about giving a helping hand, but nah. Too many people get involved in other people's business, and crap gets started, and shit hits the fan, and he said, she said, and all kinds of other stuff. So I don't worry about it. Stick to myself and do my own thing. More people would do that, be a lot less problems in the country. Looks like people are dropping off trash cans. That's what it is. By a garbage company. Evidently, that's what it is. Yep. They're dropping off trash cans because they're starting a new program in my state. Basically, what it boils down to is a long time ago, people in eastern Kentucky would take their trash and just dump it anywhere, throw it in creeks and streams, and dump it on public and private property and all kinds of other places. And eventually, the state got tired of it, so they started a thing called county-wide pickup. And basically what it boils down to is if you lived in the county or the country, regardless of what you had trash-wise, the state would come by and pick it up. And now, if I lived in the city limits, I could choose who I want for trash pickup. And I'd pay them and they come pick it up. Well, in the county, you don't get that option. Basically, what it boils down to is whoever the county decides, hey, we're going to go with this individual, they can set their price, and you can't, there's no competition because it's the only person, people to pick it up. And then, on top of that, what boils down to is then they can regulate how, what, when, how, and everything else, how they pick up trash. Now, when I first moved here, I had Waste Management. Waste Management is a top of the line company. They'd work, and I called them one day. I said, hey man, I hate throwing a lot of this stuff in the trash. Is there any way I can put it in a recycling bin, stick it out the side of the road, y'all can pick it up? They said, perfect. What type of bin do you want? What kind of stuff do you recycle? And I told them my plastics. So everything we had plastic got stuck in a great big old bin, and they would come by every Tuesday or Tuesday morning, pick it up and leave the bin so I can refill it, and it worked out great. Well, I have Red River. Red River is originally contracted through Fort Knox. Well, eventually Hardin County contracted Red River. So now, see, on Fort Knox, it's mandatory recycle. But out in the county, when I call and say, hey, can I get a recycling totes for my stuff to recycle? And they say, you know what, just throw everything in the trash can, we're not going to do it. I said, well, you do it for Fort Knox. Why can't you do it here? And they said, because Fort Knox is federal and this is civilian, so therefore you don't, what they told me was, my thoughts and whatever, everything else doesn't matter. They don't care about it. See what I'm saying? So, another thing too, on a brighter note, one day I had my stuff in my trash cans, and I guess one of the guys picking up trash had a bad mood that day, and he threw my trash can halfway across the road into somebody else's property, and tore up the trash can and everything else. So I said, that's fine. Two can play this game. So I went to Lowe's and I bought me a bag of fast drying Sackcrete, and I poured about 4 inches at the bottom of that trash can, soaked it with water, then threw my trash on top of it. To see that guy come out there that morning and try to grab that trash can and jerk it was comical. He grabbed it and he tugged, but that trash can did not go anywhere, and he struggled his ass off to tip it in the back of that truck. And then after he tipped it, that big old block of concrete came out, and he saw me, kind of gave me the finger and a dirty look, and said a few words, and I kind of laughed, and then I got a call from Red River. And they were like, we don't appreciate what you did. I said, well, I don't appreciate your drivers tearing up my property and getting mad when he's having a bad day because y'all pissed him off, and tearing up my shit. So I guess it's a fair trade-off. And they were like, well, you better not do that again. And I told him, I said, I don't care what you tell me. I said, you can request and say and bitch and boo-hoo and cry all you want to. I said, the thing of it is, I said, you act like an ass to me, I'm gonna act like a bigger ass to you in return. And since then, I've had new people from them, and I did have one crew. It was a black guy and a Mexican, and usually towards like the holidays, stuff like that, I would get them something. And when they were out there picking up, I stopped and say, hey, here you go, this is for y'all. It ain't much, but it's something. And they would do a lot better doing things in there than what the other people would do. And that just, that's kind of like with everybody. You show somebody a little respect and a little fairness, and they'll definitely go a long way with how they treat you in return. Now, I didn't get no special favors or anything, but yeah, there's a lot of times whenever there was like certain things at certain times you can and cannot stick in your trash, and I still would anyway. and they wouldn't say nothing. They would just go ahead and just dump it in there and just go on with it. So I guess in some ways, I guess you could say I did get a little special treatment favor type thing, but it wasn't bad. And I think they're still on this route, just not with mine. So, but I'll have to check and find out and see. Well, this is one of the things I do here recently is sit out here and prune up, cut off some of these peppers. Now, as long as I've been sitting here talking to you, that right there is what I've cutting off the plant, which, you know, it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but you can't really see exactly. There's probably about 20 or 30, maybe, yeah, about 20 or 30 peppers in there. I mean, these things are, some of them are a little bit bigger than others, but I'm gonna tell you right now, these things are hot. I mean, hot. Because when I got this plant a year ago, this is one of the plants I took inside during wintertime, but the little label piece that was on it had flames, like an inferno type flames, and then right below it said extremely hot in capital letters, and like caps, extremely hot. And I'm really surprised my fingers aren't burning a little bit, but I imagine probably here soon they might be. Like I said, these are the type of peppers that you should be wearing rubber gloves, and even when you're trimming off or picking off, but hell, I don't care anymore. But I think I'm gonna cut this little video off so it's not too long and it doesn't take no hour to download. And once I get all my picking and cutting and pruning done, I'll make me another video this afternoon or this evening, one of the two, and I'll kind of go over everything I did and picked and show you what I got to get ready to take to market this coming weekend. So I will see y'all soon, or sooner than soon. So have a great day. I'll see you again.